Apparently, this movie came out in 2023 in TIFF. Yes, doesn't have an official release date, but when you think about it, it's crazy when a movie gets made, edited, post-production, released, and it isn't released for a whole year plus. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. However, Seven Veils. Is it worth peeking through these veils? Let's find out. Chase Lee Hockey here, Blue Futon, reviewing Seven Veils. What's about pretty simple premise. We have a play called Salim. I'm probably saying that wrong, but it's Salome. It's a very famous play about John the Baptist getting his head chopped off because a girl loved him so much and he wants to kiss him. But that's not what it's about. It's kind of about the opera, but it's also about Amanda Seyfried is directing this because Charles, the old director, passed away, and she's going to remake the opera, but in her own way with a little bit of personal vendetta. And also, you have some side characters about a props department girl and her girlfriend. You have a German actor who's very handsy. You have kind of her family life with cheating husband, and it kind of intertwines into this story. So, did I like this film? I thought it was intriguing. I feel like if you're into opera and you're into that style of medium, I think you're gonna like this movie. Me, I liked it, but I felt like a lot of it wasn't fleshed out, or I wasn't really grasping of what the movie was trying to do or the overall messaging. So, positives, Amanda Seyfried does a great job. I do think the directing's pretty well with how he wants to direct some of the scenes, like the opera scenes, how Amanda Seyfried wants to do some things, and how the iPad is shot, which really looks actually like it's not a fake screen, if you want to put it that way, and it actually looks like she's actually talking to someone with all the glares. So I kind of appreciate some of the filmmaking and what they decided to do there. The look, like I said, I really dug the look, and it felt like you did get a backstage look about how some of these productions are done with the orchestra, like I said, the props department, and things like that. So I really did dig what they were trying to do on that level. The premise of the movie, I think people are going to like it or not, because it really deals with trauma and what they're actually trying to do with this play. And I think that's maybe why I was intrigued, but also lost at the same time. So before talking about the big overall theme of this, I think some of the side stories are really lost in the sauce. For example, the props department one, where it felt like a blackmail, try to get her girlfriend to be the main star, and the German handsy guy, which it just felt like off-putting in a way where it just felt forced. Yes, you might have a handy German guy, but would he have really done that if she would have known she was filming? I don't think he would have known. So she's lying. She was blackmailing the whole time, in my opinion. She knew what was going to occur, and there's that. There's a podcast-esque storyline that connects with the bigger story where Amanda Seyfried was probably, I'm just guessing, abused by her father. You don't see anything in this movie about sexual abuse. For all I know, it's psychological abuse because it's all about a swing, tangerines, and being blindfolded. And this is where I kind of get confused with where the storyline was trying to go. Okay, she's making what happened in her past with her father be portrayed in her new vision with, a clear bowl, tangerines, blindfold. However, and also giving head and things like that. Okay, fair enough. But the podcast scene where it goes like, I read this notebook, I talked to Charles, and a lot of the things that were in Charles's play correlates to what Amanda Seyfried's dad was doing to her. And that's where I kind of get lost, like I said, in the sauce with what the movie is trying to say. Because, yes, there is a overarching message of the mom ignoring what was happening to her and the dad doing these weird shit. Like I said, I'm going to guess it's sexual abuse, but I think it goes that way because of walking through the forest. There's a scene where she's like, "Are you a whore?" and all the guys are touching her. It's kind of like more of a shadow thing. So yes, I do think there's sexual abuse, but a lot of mental abuse as well. But where I was getting at is like she really loves Charles, who did the directing of the original one. But it feels like at the same time, it's like a spousal abuse relationship at the same time where like the man like abuses the wife so much, But then when the wife, or the police come, she's like, no, he's a good man, or things like that. So I don't know what the movie was trying to say on that front, and I was really, really confused with what they were trying to say and trying to do. Like I said, another side of characters like her husband cheating is like, okay, fine, it's in there to be in there, and she doesn't care because I think she's had a horrible past, so that correlates to where we're going at today. Um, and then I know there's probably an overarching theme with Amanda Seyfried's character in this old opera play. But I don't know if I got the connection with it. It's kind of weird that I'm giving all these like weird nitpicks to the movie and kind of big overarching themes where I don't know if it connected for me. Like I said, I truly think if you've seen the original play or original opera, this will connect with you a lot more. But for me, for a normie going into it, while I was intrigued with the story, the imagery, and things like that, I don't know if I actually grasped what the movie was trying to say. There was only 2 people in our movie theater. One walked out. This only got $64,000 in the first weekend, and it's probably not going to play ever again from XYZ Films. It's a Canadian production as well, so it probably wasn't going to come into America because of all the tariffs, but maybe it should have just stayed in Canada. But at the same time, it's an intriguing movie, but I watched it again. I don't think so. So 7 Veils will receive a 2.5 out of 5 with Futon. It goes at 50%. Again, it's a middle of the road, like weird ass movie, which I was intrigued, but the overall message was kind of a mess. So let's see the critics' news scores gave this one. We have critics say 75% with 55 of them. There's no critic consensus, but apparently the director, Adam Egoyan, has done a lot of weird shit in the past as well. Anyway, 75-50. Chase Sock here with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm over this Bluetopia. You Blue Tony. Thank you for watching. For a great down. Watch stay tomorrow week for a month and a year from now. Every single freaking one of you. And I've noticed too, like, I'm buying bigger shirts because I like larges. I don't like being small. But I think I need to go back to the gym, right? Yeah, I need to go back to the gym. That's not looking good.